Okay, good morning, everyone. Mike V from Tradeview Markets. I apologize for those that are live a tad late. I'm trying to actually disseminate and absorb what's going on so far this morning. Not that it's dramatic, a lot of cross currents as usual, but they seem a little bit more dramatic than they have been. Pardon me, as we look at the TradeView market site, sponsors TradeGATEHub. Listen, straight up, everybody knows by now I can't be any more sincere or straight up. I really haven't, I know obviously what happened last week, Powell and earnings, and last night he gave the interview on 60 Minutes in the U.S. Uh, as it is 11:10. I mean, the market's been open for what, maybe an hour and 20, an hour and a half, whatever it may be. So as aside from any price action, if I want to know what's going on today without doing any reading, if I'm going to take a step back, which I will eventually, it just might not be sooner than later. I go back and I want to watch what Coach said. I swear to freaking God, right here. I go back and I want to see what he says, and probably going beyond a macro picture. As a matter of fact, one of his followers, Golden Warrior, said the 10-year bond. And you know what? As I go to my page right here, my other screen, I was just looking at, there you go, the 10-year rises above 4.17. Guy's right. You know what? Golden Warrior is a follower of Coaches, and uh, you got to go back to watching macro situations. And by the way, I don't have any problem doing that. It's just as of so early into trading, I don't care. I've been trading price action range volume. I got a page, a notebook 3 page, 2.5 pages long from the other night and last night about what I'm going to do in option flow. But like I said, not to be redundant, please go watch Coach's video they put up. Already garnered how many views? A lot of views, I'm sure. Probably 80 views, I'm sure, Coach Purdy, relevant. But you know what? I'll be the 89th view. So go back, watch his Coach's video for any macro dollar. I'm sure gold, whatever happened over the weekend. I don't mean to overpromise what Coaches says, but I know it's whatever he says. It's quality instead of quantity. You can't follow every financial instrument, but the one he's going to be talking about or talked about early this morning, be sure to follow. All right, so let's get into things. All right, posted last evening, this morning. Thank you, Surfs Up. Surfs Up. If anybody does not know, he works alongside me. Highly articulate individual, highly trained, and makes TGH better, my job easier. Let's go in. Long play. Okay, here we go. Coming into the week. Here we go. Hedge fund. All right. Hedge funds are still short equities. They're long the NASDAQ. And I still say, in a day like today, get me to be more specific, SMCI and NVIDIA and a couple of ancillary ones seem to be holding up the whole market as stocks like Tesla, Caterpillar had a nice report, but even some of these solar stocks continue breaking down. Retail week, I'll get into the screen again. But they're still short individual stocks. So keep your eye on it. If something goes up, it seems like the move gets exacerbated, maybe as the IWM trend still deteriorates. It's stocks for me and groups. I hope everybody went through this at your own time. Short-term NASDAQ composite. We're in the middle of a range. Stock picking, for my opinion. Tactical sentiments a little bit overbought. Yes, that was a nice recovery after Powell on some earnings last week. Always post economic calendars, always posting upgrades and downgrades right here. Our upgrades, top downgrades, any basically thing you do. Suppose we're a restaurant, aside from telling you the specials or bringing you behind the counter and showing you how the chefs prepare the meal. These are your utensils, your knife and your fork, upgrades, downgrades. Wall Street research movers that this morning, a couple of charts. I show you my screen and we'll move on. A lot of trades going on. All right, so let me go to the videotape, as we say here. Okay, what's going on today? All right, they bounced a little bit. SPYs. IWM hit from what last I looked, actively IWM hit the 50-day or broke. Okay, now the IWM broke the 50-day. Boy, that was a while ago. The 50-day was what? 192.50. Where are we now? We didn't gap below there. Oh, you know what? We hit it gap below. Actually, 192.50 is the line in the sand. Matter of fact, if I'm long some things, I probably want to take them off now, to be honest with you. What am I long? This I want to take off. I think I sold some of the squim. Did I? Squim settings. I think I had 8,000 squim. I should have. I did sell some. How many squim did I have? I filled. I just saw some squim. Executions. No, I gotta sell some. So 4,000 SWM, 39.76. Gotta do it. By the way, where did I buy it? I bought it 39.80, 38.70, 38.75. So I'm up a stick in squim. SMCI breaking higher. Ripping. Here's my Nevada SMCI. Here's the rotation. Now that I get into it. Coin, they broke it. Although I was just talking to Surfs Up before. If you're trying to buy, hopefully I'm on the charts. If you want to try it, I think 114 is the level. I go to the daily. That's the obvious is right here, the 114.50. But if you go to the weekly, it also holds as well as the weekly, I believe. There's the weekly chart, 114 and change. I'm not saying it goes back to 120. I'm not going to say I'm going to do it if you want to do it. Better trades, but that's what I'm watching for that area. What else came in with some charts? I just wanted to sell some there. ZS had news, Square, China bouncing a little. Caterpillar had the news, came out with earnings. There was the top on Caterpillar. For now, Jim Cramer saying, I dare anybody to short it. But, you know, Caterpillar, is it yet to be profit taking? Is it top? Is it a reversal? You know, everybody thought that for NVIDIA after earnings, where right here. So, you know, keep the rest of the sector in mind. The rest of the sector collapsed, not really. URI hangs in there. Keep an eye on Caterpillar. Good range, price action volume. It's irrelevant what you think. Planeteer just reminded me somebody has earnings tonight. So keep an eye on Planeteer. Already with range, price action. Okay, what else did I do? Sim hanging in there. GCT, the stock everybody's in. Good. It's MOR. I had it. This MOR is not a position stock to me. This is not what it's the type with these type of gaps from 8 to 4. I did buy it. I was buying it through this pressure of 11 to a 1250 Y. He was taking a ton of options. All of a sudden today, I think NVO was the one that was going to take a deal and have them bought out. All right, right church, right pew, right church, different pew. Didn't have it. I'm not upset. I did the right thing, because the stock was acting well with volume flagging, had a short squeeze, blah, blah, blah. Just no matter what the company or chart, no matter what the company was, be aware of that type of chart. Those are the ones that work. Happened to be a takeover. Roblox giving it back. Fastly was a huge winner on Friday. Huge winner. Still in range, Fastly, an inside day, if you will. Apple hanging in there, Google hanging in there. So it's still the magnificent 4 or 5, as opposed to everybody else. Boeing gave a little bit of back. Now Boeing, what's it going to do? Probably resting for a downward move. I'm not going to lie. Net gave some back. The ZS had some news. The COO left. You know what I mean? What else is moving? SYM acted good. What did I come in long today that I sold at the top? IoT. I couldn't wait to sell this thing. I think I sold like 8,000 shares at the top. IoT. Selling a pounding. Hold on. How many? IoT. I sold 4,000, like 8,000 shares. Sold at 33.10. Pounding IoT short. Look down next time, it's like 32, 31.70 now. Chart looked good, but it failed me. You know what I mean? This stock should have been acting a lot better at the tail end of the rally. You want to talk about price? You know what I mean? That was the Q chart. And this IoT, you know, I thought maybe the rally had one more day to go, and it didn't, because the Nasdaq aside from those four or five stocks I had mentioned, it didn't go. And I say it a billion times: the longer a stock takes to not do what it's supposed to do, the longer it's not. So I got out of that one. Okay, it might still go up, but I don't need the headache. You know what I mean? It's not a long-term position for me at this point. There's too much trepidation ahead. Where's SQM? I did sell it up top. Good for you. I sold the majority of it. Got 500 left. Right. SCDG I just sold. All right. So listen, ON Semiconductor came in with earnings. All right. So was that the layup short because it's all the way, it's beaten down as the other ones are up? No. I mean, it did pop. I mean, the stock basically closed at 70.80, opened at 75, got to 78. I think I had shorts open orders. My shorts execute all orders. My first short to try ON Semiconductor, as you can see, 80.40. I didn't get it. 78 was the top. Why did I pick 80.40? Let me give you an example. Right here, I'm sure. Right here, the gap. Maybe it got up there, and then if it filled me at 80.40, then I'd had 85, and then it'd be a battle. It'd be Mike V versus ON Semiconductor from then. But once again, the gap was here from like 81 on the weekly, and I didn't think it would gap up that much. So next, I missed it. I was alert. You got to be alert. Move on. Tesla, story of the day. Low 175, now 177. Does it capitulate here? This is the weekly. This is the daily. It isn't a state, those proverbial stage 4 breakdowns. I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen many calls go on it. I'm not the best Tesla trader in the world. You know, there's just so much overhead supply. I don't know what this, I don't want to be biased, but it's almost like I say, it's more of a gauge for the market as of now. FCX problem with the family. I'm long 16,000. I'm long it from 39.60. And I went to the weekly, and I did buy more at the weekly. Not going to buy at the low. I think I did buy more at the low today, but who didn't buy them? But I did get the low of 38, and that's because the support was at the weekly. And by the way, I don't really endorse looking for support for long-term charts on the weekly, because if you have to look for a weekly, you're in trouble on the daily. But I like it's taking proper calls. It's part of actually, that is part of the portfolio. I'm not spooked about it. It's a part of the greater rotation. Hopefully, Coach will let me know about that later on. I move on. There's nothing really, what else? Caterpillar, let's see where that closes. DraftKings, Uber taking money. Options all day on Friday too. No surprise. I think it has earnings tonight. I'm not quite sure. I'll get on to. I didn't get that far. Usually I do. Some oils, UNG at the low. Don't tell me. Was boiled. I didn't boil, you dirty bastard. I got some boil. Bitch. All right. What else? Let's look at option flow, unless I have any questions. Fuck. Okay. What are they playing with? Oxy. Stepping in January. Oxy. Tesla. They're playing the opposite. They're playing the opposite of Tesla, playing the TSLL. TSLL. Somebody's trying to buy Tesla. That, by the way, if you want to buy Tesla, this is the 1.5 bull Tesla. If you want to buy it cheap, so they're buying Somebody's trying to buy the TSLLs cheap. Maybe they're hedging. I get it. Instead of laying out 108, whatever. Instead of laying out 170, we're going to say 180 for Tesla. You can buy the TSLL. Let's move on. Nevada bullish. Some guys getting smart. TSL getting calls, all the bullish attention, and it's a short hedging position. That's actually what I said. I didn't look at that. This is bottom line though. Some liquidity signals in credit markets still remain stuck. Hitting that liquidity situation may not be as buoyant as we've seen. Hence, trips in smaller catholic growth is likely to see some turbulence. I wouldn't look for any V-shaped rallies. Put call ratios at quiet. Bearish. I want to see the VIX pop. Here's my screen. Show something. I'll leave it at that. All right. So right now it's Mike V, and I'll take any questions, or if not, I don't leave it to leave on an anticlimactic situation or schedule or Asher calls. 5,000 TSL January calls. So if you want to pick the Tesla, Bitcoins are low. If you want to pick the bottom on Tesla, this is the one they're doing with TSLL, 12 million. Less than 30 got a tremendous amount of its volume. It was SQM. I top picked it. What was bothering me the last before? A boil. What am I going to do with this thing? UNG. Long 14 from 20. Boy, let's disseminate this. What am I gonna do with this thing? I'm gonna offer it out. It'll jump. Tweeted your stream. Thanks, coach. That's what a partner does. You should. I thought very good about you. You should tweet the stream. But thank you. I know what you mean. So, boy, I'm not scared about it here. GRR highs they're telling me about. There's a low floater. Anybody is bored with the active trader with a thicker skin like myself? GRRR is the symbol. And where did I see that? Coach never knows what I'm doing or how I see these things. But this is my generic scanner. Present 15 minutes, BRTX, BTAI, percent gainers, 60 minutes, P10. More is the one with huge volume, ECT with the volume. What are the losers in 15 minutes that I'm interested in with volume? More, up and down, all around. Tesla bearish. No, I'm good, coach. Boyle, I'm not. Listen, you know why I'm going to stay stubborn? Because it's called the Widowmaker. That's why. I laugh in that type of stuff. No, I'm good at Boyle. Listen, I told you what I have on Boyle. I sold some this morning nicely. Not going to lie. I got up at like 4:30 this morning in my position in Boyle. I have 14,000 from 1424. And I think it's cheaper, actually, because I bought. Here's Boyle. But look this morning. Settings. Let's go to 5:30 a.m. I sold a bunch of it here. I sold like 4,000 this morning, 2246. So I didn't feel that completely comfortable with it this morning. I was buying it this morning, by the way, too. Then I sold a bunch of it up there, like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And bought it back here. I think my average price should be like 22.18 now. I know it's the Widowmaker. I don't really care what it's called. They could care whatever they want. Next. Hold on a second. Coach chiming, giving some relevant information. Real time. Let's go to the videotape. Here it is. Natural gas. No, I'm good with it, Coach. You know what? I'm right now. I think there's a little turbulence as we articulate in the market. Natural gas is almost like a hedge, and natural gas a lot of the times goes up when the market goes down. Never sell a sleeping market. Never short it. Yeah. Never short a dull market. There's a lot of cliches going on today. TSLL. I'll leave it here. That's the one that they're taking the calls in, but they're hedging Tesla. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but they're still taking it. I get it. Let me take off my settings. Anybody that has their self a demo or a TradeView platform, I'd be more than happy to let them set up. These are what I do. Coach, any questions? We'll go to the room. I renamed the Widowmaker Divorce Maker. Ugh. Divorce Maker. I think Widowmaker is worse. I mean, at least you get your wife's life insurance policy. Divorce Maker, you give away half your life. I don't know about that, but the Divorce Maker is fine. I want to say bring something up. An old trader of mine, I have to. Which, if you're on it,
Friday afternoon.
hold on a second. You got to give you props. I hope this is the one. A friend of mine that I used to trade with, friend and old trader, I'm going back maybe 15 years, Boca Raton, commented on 2 days ago in the video. Thanks for the like, which too. We traded together in a room a long time ago in Boca Raton, Florida. With a lot of. Thanks for which. Whenever you want to speak, whenever you want to do, man. If you're still trading, you're a good trader. Then I'm sure you're even exponential trader now. Get in touch with me somehow. But thanks for the honor, which. Hope all's well. Just watch your enjoyed it. Witch Dot. Guy goes by the Witch Dot. He was a good trader. Thanks, Witch, if you listen to this somehow. But always appreciate once again my peers being back. A lot of my other peers are in the room that not a lot of people know about. But believe me, there's more people in the room than you think. Ed, SMCI. Bears dropped the ball. So it looks like the NASDAQ is rallying. Bears dropped the ball. So let's look at what's going on here from one of my coveted people that I follow. I don't follow many. What I do, it's quality. So the Bears dropped the ball. And the Bears, well, the market, listen, there's the market. It's Google, SMCI 631. Where's Quim? All right, I'm long though. What am I? Oh, some dogs. SEDG, I sold early. Coin still going down. Uber, still relative strength well. GCT, Path, IOT, Avago, Disney, Ribbon, Tesla, $3 off the low. Let's look top left, what's moving. Shippers, nothing. Uber, SMCI, short 50 shares, 60 shares. And my sell stopped the short 140 more is at 609. Never gets there, fine. Right here. That's where the other short goes in. There's my order. And there's my other order. That red line means double that. No, I'm short 50 shares. Keep my eye on it. It's a gauge. By the way, I hope it goes to 800 because I'm all other stuff. NVIDIA, VRT, ZS, no fill, U, Delta, Caterpillar, no bounce, Zillow, no bounce. Had I not take this thing last night? All right, I'm going on too much. All right, so go back into the room. Listen, I wouldn't put too much credence right now as opposed to the calls that I relay. It's one of those slow mornings where there's a lot of repositioning, and most like every other day, it's more about the close tonight than what's going on now. Lunchtime, it's thinner trading. You see right here what they're doing. Very clear of what's going on. Hold on. TSL calls, TSL calls, TSL bullish, LI bullish. So the FXI. So they're playing some, they're playing Tesla. They're playing some EV stocks. That's it. There's not really much crowd, flooding my screen. Lift bearish, Riven bullish. You get it, NVIDIA. But so leave it there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Don't leave trades turn into positions. I'll try to do better the next time. I'll be ready Tuesday because tomorrow's with Coach, 11 a.m. Video posting tomorrow morning before the open about my stocks and watch lists. And just keep it going to TGH. You got to ask. Have a plan. Trade well. Thanks for tuning in.